Champion, um, originally from Greenville, Mississippi. Um, some of the pitfalls, there was a lot of pitfalls living the street life. It was, I like to say, a impoverished roller coaster. You know, poverty breeds a certain kind of mind state, and that's where a lot of people say I'm a product of what I come from and all that type of stuff. So pitfalls were jail, getting shot, um, creating kids before your time, unplanned situations. You know what I mean? Creating broken homes, already broken before you begin. It's a lot of pitfalls, man. You know, watching bodies lay on the ground, taped off, people, kids, women crying. There's a lot of misery as far as pitfalls. It's a lot of mental effects to it. Living in poverty and street life type situations. The list is endless when it comes to the pitfalls. I don't live with a lot of regrets, but just being honest, I do have one regret. That one regret is selling cocaine to my people. If I could take that back, I would definitely take that back, because the youth today is a result of my generation adding to our race's destruction. There's consequences, big consequences, for going down the wrong road. And it's easy to tell youth about going down the wrong road without a lot of people tell you that, because I was that kid that you couldn't just say, hey, you're going down the wrong road. And, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people said that shit to me. But nobody really supported you. They don't tell you not to go down the wrong road, then support you, show you the right road, and then support you, be your support system on the right road. They just said, don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're going to go to jail if you do that. You're going to end up in the hospital. You're going to end up dead if you do this and do that. Like, you're going down the wrong road. Okay, well, what's the right road? And then, guide me through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to talk to youth. And, like they say, it takes a village to raise kids. That's an old saying. I'm from the South, so we definitely believe in all the old sayings, because that's what we grew up on. But I got my first wife. I was married. She died of brain aneurysm. I got a son that was murdered. A friend that was murdered. I lost a lot of friends, but we wasn't all as close as the first one. It's a lot of things that poverty, live in poverty-stricken communities, that numb you after a while. You get numb to seeing death, and to the point where it doesn't affect you the same way it did the first time. So I remember the first time I lost somebody close to me that was murdered. His name was Shawn, my name's Shawn. So we was real tight. And I remember the effects from that first time, learning that you will never talk to, it actually happened. Like, your friend is dead, he's no longer here, this and that. And it was because of the street life shit, the way we was living, and it caught up to him, and you get to witness that, front row seat to that. So It's a lot of scars.
What would
Change the community. That's a big job, bro. Me, uh, just we have to start. I mean, we are broken. We are probably the most. I've concluded that as of recent, that we are the most broken race on the face of this earth. We are the most damaged people, yet we are the most powerful, the most influential. Um, well, we've had genocide inflicted on us for so long. Our race has been under attack since we've been in existence. Well, since they've been in existence, I should say. Um, we are the first original people. So the people that came after us, um, uh, brainwashing, trickery, you know what I'm saying? Just trick knowledge, not real knowledge, but tricking you out of your name and your origin and your, you know what I'm saying? Just brainwashing you with, you know what I'm saying? Upon murdering, slaughtering, rape, like it's endless, man. Like, it's just heinous. Being forced to accept people who murdered you as heroes, because all the presidents on the dollar bill has been glorified in America, but was rapists and slave owners and all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, made me change my life is the old one wasn't working. The old life wasn't working for me, so circumstances changed me. Life got real with me, so I had to get real with it. You know what I'm saying? I reached a really, 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 probably the lowest point in my life that I ever seen myself in the mirror under those kind of conditions. I was at a real low point, bro. Like, I was doing a year in the hole in the penitentiary. My wife had died. My kids was in foster care. Like, to me, that was the lowest point I had ever visited in my life. And to the point where I had even contemplated suicide, and I'm not even that kind of person. Like, it crossed my mind. I was that low, and I'm really not that kind of person to ever have those kind of thoughts. But it crossed my mind, and when it did, I had to gain some strength from somewhere. Pull myself up and just say it to myself. You have a lot of talks with yourself when you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I just basically told myself, man, this is where you it's make or break. It's make or break, bro. Like, it don't have to be the end of life. You can end it because it's your life. You know what I'm saying? But you got people who need you. You know what I'm saying? You really don't be selfish. You can't afford to be selfish. Like, you've done too much. You've done too much bad and not enough good, is what I told myself. Like, you haven't done enough good to check out right now. You got to kind of balance out. You owe that to the universe, so to speak. You could straighten it up, build your life, and do some more good. That's an endless list. I want to say, first and foremost, it was Muhammad Ali. He was a major influence in my life. Muhammad Ali stood for a lot of things. Harriet Tubman, uh, Martin Luther King, Sam Cooke, uh, Dr. J, everybody that stood, every and any African American that stood for black people and wasn't ashamed to do it. Did it fearlessly. You know what I mean? It's easy to say stay in school and not follow the life of crime too, because again, I was that kid. Um, I was that kid, and I heard all of that. Stay in school, don't do crime. Um, so much peer pressure in those areas. Kids. You're a kid, man. It's easy to say stuff like that, but like you never know what's going on inside the home of the kid. You know what I mean? You have kids being molested that can't speak on it because they feel they're the problem. That wasn't my case, but I'm just saying. I could just imagine in the black homes, and that shit's at an all-time high right now. You know what I'm saying? Where kids are being taken advantage of, abused in more than one just kind. You know what I'm saying? It's not just sexual abuse. It's just black people abuse their kids because they may be frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Poverty frustrates. Trying to make ends meet, trying to pay the light bill. You become frustrated. And I'm just saying, shit, I grew up black. You know what I'm saying? My mom was frustrated and whooped our ass a couple of times where she ended up apologizing because she was you know what I'm saying? It's not that she don't love you. She was frustrated. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't listening or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when you living in poverty, all that shit happens, man. So it's easy to say stay in school and this and that, but when a kid's not focused on school as much as we think they should or whatever, it's something going on, man, that's deeper than, that they may not feel comfortable talking about, The direction we need to go as black people, I think we need to stop being about everybody else until we can be about us. I think we should stop undermining where we spend our money, how we spend our money. I think we need to be more together and not controlled. I think a lot of celebrities can do more, but they're being so controlled. It's a lot. I think we should start by just supporting each other more, man, and our businesses. I think we saw images of ourselves on Facebook fighting and doing so much to each other and shooting each other. So we glorify harming each other and not even have the conscience of, the fact that we do that. Because black people post videos of another guy knocking a guy out. You got people with cameras in the face, didn't stop the fight, saying world star. You know what I'm saying? Supporting bullshit is what we need to stop. That's what a start is. It's a struggle. Me and my wife been together for 10 years. We young. Trials, tribulations, all that shit showed up. Infidelities, we've been through it all, man. I think every good relationship got that shit in it. There is no good relationship without all the bad, and you know what I'm saying? But I think today people believe, and people just believe that the first thing go wrong, that, I should just, it's over. We breaking up just because you didn't listen to me.